Hey guys, it's Jess
and Jay. Welcome to our channel.
and today we're going to be talking about 10 things we wish we knew about med school. And here they are.
So we took some notes on some things we wish we knew before med school, before it started. So if we look down, it's only because of that, okay?
So I'm going to say one and then she's going to say one. Okay? You want to go first?
No, you go.
The first one is the one thing I wish I knew before we started was that people are not always going to be on your side. And that when I say that, I'm talking about anyone that works at your school, your own professors, the doctors you work with, your classmates. They're going to be people who are just not going to want to help you, even though it's their job to help you, even though it's their job to teach you. And I thought that, like, me going into med school, everyone was going to be helping me, and that was not the case. Absolutely not the case. So
no, you really learn how to be independent in med school. So for mine, I would say you have to learn how to run your own race. I think when you come into med school, you're used to being, if not the smartest kid in your class, one of the smartest. But when you get there, you realize everyone's just as smart as you or even smarter. So you gotta kind of just figure out, okay, what's my lane? What am I good at? And how can I show my strengths without like crushing someone else? You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
So my next one is what I wish I knew was that people are not always going to get along, or sorry, you're not always going to get along with people.
No.
Or vice versa, because some people are out to get you for no reason. I've been through that personally. But anyways, and that again goes along with your own professors. You're going to have some professors who are just like not going to like you and would help one student and not help you. Do you know what I mean? So that's just one thing you have to take into consideration, that people have different personalities, not everybody has the same humor, and not everyone thinks the same. So the way you think is not necessarily the way she thinks. And if I'm working with you, she's gonna think that one thing's more important than the other, and I'm gonna be like, no, this is more important. So you just have to keep that into consideration and try not to get too frustrated about that either.
Yes, learn how to compromise and relax. So my other one would be, sometimes your best effort in med school is a C. I know a lot of us are used to putting in work and you get an A or a B and you're good. No. I remember for me personally, I worked really hard in anatomy and I tried and I struggled and I got a C, and I was really happy with a C because I put in A effort, you get me? But it just didn't result, or it didn't turn out that way with my test grades. But I tried, so sometimes you gotta learn, take your C with pride, okay? Because you tried.
That's exactly what happened to me with, I think it was anatomy as well. I also got a C in that class. That class was brutal. That was the first semester going into actual med, because we started pre-med here. And like that was the first like wall that like we just slammed into. They say you hit a lot of walls in this journey, but like that was the first one. And for me, it was, I felt like I barely slept. I wasn't eating. I was like just frantic about everything. We were in lab, we were in class, and then we had work, and it was just crazy. Like I just remember walking around with a bag of bones going home to like study each little part. Yeah. So it's just that it's completely true. Sometimes you put in so much effort and you get back
a C.
So, literally. Yeah. Sometimes you get back a D.
Okay, we don't want that.
We don't want that, but
we're not promoting getting D's.
All right. So, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is that, what is this? I can't read that. The next thing I wish I knew was that some things may come easy to one person and not the other. For example, we have a friend, let's call him Gus. So Gus, he's very smart, like book smart. Like he can read something and you can ask him 3 months later and he remembers everything. Word for word, what the page is, everything. And me and her will sit there and read as much as he did and completely forget absolutely everything we just read. Yeah. And that was like 2 hours ago. Like some things come easier to others. Everyone has their forte. And for example, like I know someone who's they work well with other people, but another person who I know, his name let's call him Manuel. He's very book smart as well, but he doesn't work well with people. He's very awkward. So again, everyone has their place, I guess you can say, or their,
yeah. It kind of goes with what I was saying with, you have to celebrate your strengths and acknowledge that you have weaknesses, and sometimes your classmates kind of make up for your weaknesses. So working together in a group is essential. Even though like she said, like some people don't like working in groups and some people will not try and help you. Just put your best foot forward and be kind and do the work. For mine, it would be, you never know who's watching. When I went into med school, it wasn't like I had a big parade and I told everybody I'm going to med school and blah blah. It was just like I came, I was doing my thing, and then I noticed people would be like, "Yo, I'm inspired by you," or "Wow, I wish I could do that," or "You're so smart." And it's like you never know who's watching you, and even when you feel like you are drowning in work or you are failing, someone's cheering you on, even if you don't know who they are. So just keep that in mind when you feel a little discouraged. Like, you can do it, and people are clapping for you even if you don't know that they are.
Very true. I think I went through the same thing when I first came here. I moved here and I started school. This random girl on Instagram started following me, and I literally thought that I had like went to high school with her or something like that because she looked a little familiar. So whatever, I followed her back, and like a few months into school, I posted a picture. I don't know if it was with her or something in my coat. I don't remember. But she just commented on my picture, and she was like, "I'm so inspired by you." She's like, "I see that you moved and you're away and you're at school, and I want to go into nursing, and you're such an inspiration." And that really like touched me. So it's true. Like, you never know who you're inspiring. So keep going, and you're gonna get discouraged. It's gonna happen.
Yes.
Sometimes on the daily, which is normal. But I think that you have days where it really pays off. So just keep that in mind.
Yes.
The next thing is, I wish I knew how to balance school and things to do for myself. I noticed that where our schedule is crazy, and it doesn't matter where you go to school, it's everything that we have to do, the work, the studying, the classes, the presentations, absolutely everything that's a lot in our schedule can get very crazy. And I noticed that going to school Monday through Friday, or sometimes you have class on Saturdays, but then the weekend would come and I would literally go home and say I'm not doing anything because I'm so tired from the week, and I wouldn't do anything until Monday, which would be going to school and doing the same thing all over again. And I think that was a bad habit that I fell into because I was always angry, and I realized that maybe if I took half a day on Sunday or Saturday just to like hang out with my friends outside of anything related to school, or go see a movie or go to the park and walk around, that I think maybe I could have de-stressed a little and not get as angry as I was or as down. So I think you really need to take some time, even if it's just an hour or two, to do something for yourself, whatever makes you happy. You like yoga, go do yoga. You like going to the movies, go to the movies. You want to see your friend, go see your friend. You know what I mean? Like, do something for you that is not related to medicine. I really think that would help.
Yes, it definitely does. For me, I love to dance. So sometimes I'll have an exam the next day and I'm still going to take an hour and I'm going to dance because that makes me happy and it allows me to focus a little better. If I do something that I really enjoy, you know, for me, she likes editing videos. She likes YouTube and stuff. So she does stuff like that. You got to take time for yourself, okay? You can't pour from an empty cup. So for me, my last one would be, it is not your job to carry the burden of everyone's expectations of you. You can only live your life. You can only do your best. So even though I said, yeah, people are cheering you on, that's fantastic, but you don't have to necessarily do anything for them. They're going to cheer regardless. You have to do things for you. If you like a certain specialty in medicine and maybe your parents want you to be a surgeon and that's not what you want to do, guess what? You do what you want to do because you're the one at school, okay? You're the one opening the books. You're the one reading the books, memorizing, staying up, not sleeping, going crazy. They're not doing it. So it is not your job. Like, that's something I had to learn. I can't carry the burden of everyone's expectations and broken dreams. That's not my job. I'm not doing it.
It really isn't.
So no.
And I totally agree with her. I think that when you start med school, people tend to put you on this like pedestal, and they think like, oh, you're in med school, like, wow. And it's like, you don't understand the things I have to go through. Do you know what I mean? And then they expect certain things from you. Like when you're on vacation or you go back home, they're gonna try and like say, oh, you know, you haven't talked to me forever, we haven't seen each other. And if someone can't respect what you want to do, like, which is medicine and help other people, it's gonna take a lot of your time, then I don't think you necessarily need that extra stress.
That stress.
I don't think you need that stress in your life.
You don't need them in your space. That's what she was trying to say.
Yes. So just, you know, draw a line. If you gotta cut somebody out, because that's definitely what I've done. I've cut some people out of my life.
Yes.
My circle of friends is like this big, and that's it. And that's okay. That's okay. It happens. But don't let anyone derail you or make you feel bad for doing what you're doing. And I think that we both have gone through that. People that we love, people that have been in our lives forever, have actually made us feel bad for not giving them the time that they necessarily want from us.
Yep.
So you got to learn how to balance that and, you know, draw a line and make people understand. And if they can't, then again,
cut it. Remember that. And exactly what she said. Some people are going to say, oh, you're not making time for me. But you notice they don't ever come see you. They don't ever try to schedule, you know, things when you're actually free. It's all, you have to come see me and you have to do this. First of all, no. Even if I wasn't in med school, that's not happening.
Very true.
So just try to, like, you have to learn the word no in med school, okay? To your family, to your friends, and even to yourself. Because sometimes you're going to want to lay in the bed and watch Netflix all day and, you know, you have an assignment. No. Self, no. Okay, so we're going to count and see if that was 10.
It was that 10.
I don't know.
But again, just push through. You can do it. These are just some things we wish that we knew, and maybe this video can help you or just bring light to some things that you probably didn't think of before, something like that. So hopefully it helps somebody out there.
Yes, hope so. So see you in the next one. Subscribe. Peace.
I'm sweating.
Oh, me too. Okay.
What's up? It's Jess.
And she-
I mean by timing. I forgot.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Bruh.
I thought you were doing it.
No, it's you. Welcome to our channel. What happened?